Hi, today I thought we could level a bit while reading a discussion tab from Reddit that's called "What are your SSO hot takes?" So I thought we could read through it and I'll give my opinion on other people's hot takes. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. The updated character models are better than the old ones. However, I do wish we had more thin/muscular models, as well as male characters. Yeah, I guess these character models that we have now, they are better. They fit the game more. And so changed the game quite drastically, so they had to update the characters, And yeah, I do agree we should have more diversity, like more bodies, whatever, like she said, skinny/muscular. Because my character has the skinniest model right now, and I still don't feel like it's skinny enough. And there's like no curves, and yeah, I think there should be more thin/muscular models. And the person also said that they think there should be male characters too. But the thing is, the whole game has always been around girls, and I read somewhere that it's supposed to represent girls in the gaming community. It's supposed to empower girls in the community, because in most games it's often that it's men or like guys that are the main character. So the SSO team wanted to create a game where there's only a girl you can play as, you know? So I actually don't think there should be male characters. They made the new character model so you can make it look like a guy, so like, does it really matter? Doesn't matter that much, like, at all. I don't feel like it does. I wouldn't really care if they would add male characters, but it would feel kind of wrong. But yeah, I don't think I would really care. Let's read the next one. Oh, star coin prices are unfair when compared to other games. As example, Genshin, Fortnite, etc. Whereas you need to buy SSO for $84 and pay another $69.95 for 5k star coins. I just wish we had a way to earn them, even if it's only 2 star coins through dailies, quests, shores, etc. to feel more accomplished when we buy a horse/tack. Stockholm prices are very, very high, and I do think that they should lower it at least a bit, or like this person said, make us be able to earn star coins through different stuff you can do in game, even if it's not a lot of star coins you earn. It would make you feel a lot better by grinding a lot for the star coins than wasting your money, a lot of money, just for a pixel horse in a game, or pixel clothes in a game. I completely agree. SSO should focus on the story more than the horses. The new horses are amazing, especially the Hanoverian Criollo, but the story should be your biggest selling point. Yeah, I feel like they've gotten a little bit better at making out quests. Like, I don't know, a few months ago or something, they came out with a lot of main story quests, which a lot of people were happy about. But now it feels like they've gone back to just giving out a bunch of horses like they were before. It's not supposed to be the point of the game to just buy horses over and over. It's starting to feel like it is, by the way SSO is doing it, you know? Okay, another one. My hot take is that the pasture should keep our horses' mood untouched, because it's extremely frustrating to want to ride an old horse you bought just for it to be all the way sad. Where you bought a lot of the same horse and you don't like touch it for a long time, it's gonna be sad unless you buy stable care. So yeah, it would be nice if it just their mood stayed the same, like if they were put in a certain place, like the pasture, like this person said, or like they don't get sad until you ride them for the first time, you know? I think that's a good point. Oh, the next one is really long. Let's see. SSO should expand their horse-related gameplay beyond only racing. I don't know how much their old engine can handle, but if they want to stay relevant, they really should take School of the Dragons approach. I don't know what game that is, but okay. And give their players more things to do other than buying new horses, dressing it up and racing it around. We've got gardening, and it's a really good thing, but the process itself is so tedious. I rarely even bother. I would love to be able to have my own mini farm in SSO like we did in School of Dragons. It would give players something more to do. SSO should strive to be the best cozy experience with horses, and I'm sure more players would follow. Yeah, I agree actually, because you know there is like you could collect spiders and like Catherine's memories and tokens. Is that what they're called? I think so. But there's not really a gameplay to it. There should be more stuff to do. Here's the thing. I like getting the achievement that I finally collected all the things, but I don't like the process. I should be able to be happy with the process and like the achievement or the finished product or whatever, like, you know. I think there should be like small mini games you could do. Most old players don't have a lot of stuff to do, so yeah, having mini games that anyone can do, like whenever they like want, and because most stuff in this game comes to an end, like with the collections, you can't collect forever. It comes to an end. But if you have mini games that you can play all the time, they never end or something like that, then I think some people would keep playing. Or like a lot of people are in clubs, so if they would have mini games for clubs or something, I think that would be really fun for those people. I'm not in clubs, so I don't really care. But yeah, for those people, I think it would be really fun, you know? Or stuff you could do in like groups, or stuff only friends can do together, like, you know? Okay. I saw a lot of people commenting that SSO should have stayed available on only PC and not on mobile devices. Because I saw the point of it was that like as long to get updates, and yeah, I get it, but you know, if SSO want to grow their audience or players or whatever, they need to make it more available, you know, especially if the game is dying a bit. They need to act fast, so they made it to mobile. So like example, like kids could play on like their iPads or something, you know. So I don't really think it should have only stayed on PC, because I think it's sometimes nice to play SSO on like my mobile sometimes, especially like if I'm not at home or something, I'm somewhere and I really want to play, so I can just pull out my phone and play. So SSO YouTubers are feeding into the fear of missing out idea of buying multiple new horses on release. You see your faves buying multiple or all coats on release, having frequent shopping sprees, and then people want to live that lifestyle as well, but that's just not realistic. Horses are merely a cosmetic option, except a pony and an Icelandic that's needed for specific quests. Most players just buy horses to own them, don't even train them, or when they do, they get shucked back and into the stable and on to the next one. So when I see other, for example, YouTubers buy stuff like horses or clothing or whatever, it makes me want to buy them, but I know that when I buy the horse, I'm just gonna get like bored of it. But the thing is, there's not much else to do than buy horses, and people that, or YouTubers that make a video about every update, I think they feel like they need to buy a horse if it like comes, if it releases on the Wednesday update. So I get why YouTubers are doing it, but I don't know, I don't really think it's good. It's good for SSO, but it's not good for the players that are buying star coins and then buying a horse and then barely even riding the horse. Okay, the game at its current looks actually good. I never liked the foggy and blurry pixelish look they had. I hope we get more refreshed updates with many places like Dino Valley. There's a lot of controversy about the game's like graphics, and I'm kind of in the middle of it, because these new graphics, they look good and refreshing, but it doesn't look like the original game. It doesn't feel the same, and yeah, I get that it's a different SSO team, so of course it won't look the same, but I feel like they didn't try that much to make it look like the original. And when they update places, they update it a bit too much, I feel like. For example, we can take Silverglade, where yeah, it looked a bit outdated, so they updated it, but they made it look so different, and it was a really weird change to me. And let's just say it didn't feel the same, and I didn't like it that much, but it has grown on me, so I like it a bit more now than when it came out. But yeah, I don't know. Players who complain about many breeds using the same animations or special gaits know absolutely nothing about horses. You can't tell the difference between warm blood types or breeds in real life, so stop whining about it. Yeah, about that people complain about breeds in Star Stable having the same gaits. I feel like horses, they all kind of have the same gaits, you know, like they don't, it's not a big difference from each breed. Some are a bit like different, of course, but I feel like most of them are not that different, and the Star Stable want to make it look like the actual horse. They want to make it look realistic, so they look at like videos, or I've seen that they have gone to stables where this horse is and looked at it, see how it moves and stuff, and then they make it and they make the animations for the game. But yeah, I don't think that's a thing to complain about. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about horses having pretty much the same gaits. Okay, here is another very controversial topic. Well, controversial, I don't know about that, but yeah. SSO used to be for older kids. Most of the players that are now adults found this game at 10 to 12 years old. Clearly, it was the target audience because it's what they attracted most, and it made sense considering how the game was. It had an air of mystery and fantasy. Not everything was what it seemed, and the story was more serious than what you'd normally find for a 12-year-old. It had puzzles and challenges. They weren't the hardest, but also not extremely easy. Perfect for that age group. Yeah, the game has become very, very easy. It feels like it's starting to become for players that the age is going down like all the time. Yeah, they're making it a bit too easy. Like they removed a lot of stuff that used to be fun but also a bit challenging about the game, you know? And things that actually made sense, like that the horse like slowed down if you didn't keep clicking W, or like the arrow forward, it would slow down after a while. It would go like this, and you would have to keep clicking for it to keep going. And that made sense, and it is realistic. So I really don't understand why they removed it. There's another part to that. The game has lost everything, all for the sake of convenience and money, literally. If you think about it, everything that has been changed about SSO has been done to make things more convenient and to prioritize purchases. This game is literally for babies now, even in how new dialogues are written. Yeah. I don't know if I have noticed that in new dialogues, because I usually don't read that thoroughly. Like that person said, this game is literally for babies now. Yeah, they have made it that easy, so even babies could play it. No, but almost. And like the person said, they made everything for convenience and money, because they didn't they like lose a lot of money, or they started to like go bankrupt, so they felt like they needed to do everything to get money back. Like, for example, pump out a lot of horses and make the game easy, so even small kids could play it. So they get more money by those kids begging their parents to buy star coins and Star Rider and stuff like that for them. By making everything so easy, they've created nothing but an online store for pixel horses. You can try to target younger kids, but they're not stupid. You don't have to strip your game of any sense of challenge it has with that. Kids are not that stupid, like the person said. They can at least they can handle a bit of challenge. You know, I even think they would enjoy it like the same as we did. You know, they should have killed off the old Soul and Dark Riders and given us completely new characters rather than changing everything about the old ones. If they felt like they had to make like new stories about these about the Soul and Dark Riders, I feel like then that would be a good solution by just getting rid like totally of the old ones and just making entirely new and different ones. I think that's a good idea, but I think they should have just stuck to the old ones. That they should have just updated them a bit. I mean like their appearance. They shouldn't have completely changed them like all around. They even changed the story of some of the like Soul and Dark Riders. Like for example, Lisa, she used to be a girl from the city, and now she's a Western girl. Sabine, she used to be like this mean riding girl, like stable girl, but not stable girl, but like she was a mean girl at the stables, you know. She rode horses and was mean, you know. But now she's a really muscular, big, like motorcycle girl. I don't know, but it just feels wrong the way they did it. They should have just updated their appearances and, you know, if they really wanted to maybe add, you know what, no. They should have just updated their appearances. This is a kind of funny one. It makes zero sense for the leaf piles in the Hollywoods to be red when all the trees have green leaves, and it makes me irrationally mad every time I see it. I actually haven't thought about that, but yeah. Now I'm just gonna think about it every time I run through leaf piles. But yeah, it doesn't make sense. But I guess but no, it kind of makes sense actually, because that they are red / like yellow, orange and stuff. That often means that they are dead. They have fallen from the tree because they are dead. So the leaves on the trees are green because they are fresh, new, and not dead, alive basically. But the piles of leaves on the ground, they are red, orange, yellow, maybe even brown because they are dead, they are fallen from the tree. But even that doesn't really make sense because there are like insects that get rid of fallen leaves. I get the point, but it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense at the same time. So okay, SSO should bring back quests before you can buy certain breeds, like the Shinkontek pony and the old fjord you got from the Calters. I wanted to have the new Mustangs available on the rescue ranch on South Hoof, aka Hugh has saved them from living in crowded pens for the rest of their lives, and we have to help rehabilitate and build trust with the horses, and before we can purchase one. Yeah, that makes sense. The Jorvik Wilds would also have been perfect for this type of quest. Let us feel accomplished when we get a new horse. Actually, strongly agree, because that it will make me feel so good that, oh, now I can finally buy that horse. I've been waiting for this for like a few weeks now, and now I can finally buy it. But no, that's not how it is. That idea that you have to build trust with the Mustangs is, so you can then buy them, was a really good idea. I don't know why Startable didn't think about that. Okay, unfortunately that was the last one. Yeah, that was the last one written. That would have to be it, unfortunately. I tried to make this a long one, so it wouldn't be like a 10-minute video. I wanted to make it long so you could like listen to it in the background while you're also like leveling your horses, like most other creators do, you know? Because I like it when it is like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. What are your hot takes on Star Stable? Because that would be interesting to read. And what are your opinions on what I was what I was reading? You know, if you liked the video, you could press the like button. And if you have seen my other videos and like them too, you could even subscribe. But yeah, that was all for today, and I hope I see you the next time. Bye bye.